guys, sorry my hands are a little full at the moment. This is today's project, so I hope you enjoy. So my glue gun is heating up. While I'm waiting on that, I am going to sit here. And you can sit here too. I'm gonna see how big is my thumb, cut around it. And then if you're making this puppet for another person, just always go bigger, just never go smaller. I'm not from Georgia and I don't know anybody from Georgia. Just figure out how far down your arm you want this to be and just cut like a round arch shape. A very loose tracing of my hand. Go ahead and take one of these away. I'm gonna put my hand on the fabric, figure out where my thumb is, mark that, and I'm gonna cut a small slit out of the fabric. Make this little hole, see? It needs to be about the width of the thumb piece that you cut out, because that's where your thumb is gonna go. You're gonna put right sides together, and you're gonna sew along here, and you're gonna take the thumb piece, and you're going to sew along the edge there, and leave these bottom flat side, leave the flat side open. You're not gonna sew that. You're flipping to the side with the hole in it. We're gonna turn only the thumb right side out and take our big piece and push this down into there. Now you can pin this. I don't like to pin stuff because I'm lazy as heck. I know how to hand sew, and I don't ever plan on getting any better. You're just gonna take this and sew this circle around that hole that you made. Hate hand sewing. It's a labor of love, and I don't have that much love in my heart to give. You know when you try to do like a crochet project and they're like, okay, and now pull out your needle, and you're like, bro, that's the whole reason I picked up the hook. What are you talking about? Pull out the needle. Let me make my own fabric out of ugly yarn and make this nasty looking crochet project. Crochet clothing is really ugly. Agree with me in the comments. I would love to argue with you. And that's what we were trying to accomplish with that. But just cover this dang ball in hot glue. Put it on the wrong side of your fabric, just in the middle. And then just pull it up in all directions. And then flip it over. And just try to get this bad boy as smooth as you can on top. It doesn't have to be perfect because it's a puppet, right? And we're gonna decorate it and cover most of this up anyways. But you at least want one side that's like pretty smooth. Gluing and pulling and pulling and gluing. The fancy puppet makers, they use soft foam, but like, bro, what do I look like? I'm just here making puppets for me and myself and my coworkers who definitely don't hate me or think I'm a freak. Hey guys, so kind of royally screwed up my last one while I was making the tutorial. It just did not go as planned. So I have a new mitt that I've crafted. We've got a foam ball here, so we're gonna do it exactly how I did the one last time that turned out so good. So you're just gonna hot glue the crap out of this. Do this, and it's just an absurd. Don't talk to me about my wood floors. I don't care, and I can never care. About an inch inward from your best edge of the ball. So find your best edge of your ball, your smoothest edge. Mine is gonna probably be this one. So I'm gonna, an inch inward, I'm going to just glue the crap out of it. No regard for personal safety. You're gonna place your glove about an inch inward on your ball. Little guy now. Little mushroom-headed man. Womp, womp, womp. I'm not really seeing this as like a tutorial, but more so just like how I made it. But if this helps you make one, freaking awesome, dude. I don't know how this is helpful at freaking all. On our finished puppet, we have an upward, he also has a bunch of hair in his mouth, so gross. Those are pretty similar shapes, so we're gonna put this one here. Pink felt. We're gonna cut out kind of an Easter egg shape. Well, pretty much the same exact shape as this, we're just gonna put it upside down instead. Worse and worse. I think that's fine. For a Muppet, who cares? Just put hot glue on the back of this felt piece. And glue it down, just kind of a little bit down from the middle. And hot glue this felt piece. Now, looking a little bit more at the inside of this puppet's mouth, I do see kind of where I went wrong last time. So we do want to shape this a little bit more. If you guys want patterns for this, let me know and I'll just get really good at making puppets and I'll provide patterns. I don't know, man. This is difficult. It's a challenge. Take all of these little bits and just fold them down. We're gonna hot glue it like that. So any open ball that you have, just hot glue right up to there. Press this down. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. Glue this flap down up to the edge up here. I'm going to put hot glue right here where the thumb would go. Press the thumb down. But basically, this is what we were going for. So this puppet's going a lot better than the last one did. So super cool. It's time to craft this puppet. Measure like 3 inches out. So like that's probably like 3 inches. Cut here. And I'm gonna swoop over and make a weird kind of neck shape. Do you see that? It's kind of like a funnel. I'm going to cut straight across. We're gonna sew from here down and here down. Put your right sides together. I always forget to put my right sides together. You've got your glottis. Go sew up your glottis here and here and leave the top and bottom open. Now y'all, you've got your glottis complete. You're gonna flip it inside out. You should have something that looks like a weird boot. So you're just gonna put your puppet inside of the glottis. Your thing is a little big. That's fine. You can fix that. If it's too small, you are screwed. Sorry. We're gonna sew this to this. Because we're making the lip, it doesn't really matter what this looks like. Just like that. You can just do a blanket stitch. It doesn't matter as long as your seam is in the middle. If you screw that up, you are screwed. Again, it is just not gonna work. So just make sure that the glottis, the front of the glottis has to be in the middle. If your back ends up somewhere crazy, girl, that's fine. Don't even worry about that. But if this ends up somewhere crazy, you are just screwed in your puppet. We've experimented with this, and by we I mean me and nobody else. He's gonna come out a little misshapen. We're gonna sew around the whole thing, and that's what you left this allowance for. So I've got my girl pinned up, and we're gonna do a blanket stitch just on the half of the mouth. Okay. So now that you're done blanket stitching your creepy little mouth, listening to Caleb Heron because I love him, take your pins out, right? Because that's not gonna work. And you're from toe to tip, you're gonna do a ladder stitch. Take from here, go up into the face skin, just do a ladder stitch all the way back, all the way around. And it's important to keep it pinned like this, just so you're not getting off track and you don't screw up your glottis up here, because you will do that if you don't keep it pinned and if it's not the right size. Now I've already sized mine down. I just kind of flipped it up and sewed it a lot smaller. Like, okay, y'all, it's officially time to decorate because the puppet base is finished. Like that? Yeah, you do. I'm going to just wrap this around my hand a bunch. We're gonna cut it to length. Figure out how wide this needs to be. String of glue on the back of the head. I'm gonna press all of this onto that glue. I'm doing a very good job at not burning myself. Ow. Trim up these little ends up here. And then now you've got some little wefts installed. Okay, so this is how I do the front of the head for long-haired puppets. I take double the length of whatever I've put back here. Do a line of hot glue down the head. My yarn like this. And then kind of karate chop it. So there's a lot of that, right? So I'm giving mine bangs. Have these foam balls that I have sliced the edge off of. Okay, this is the fun part where we're going to cover the mouth. Cut a long very thin piece of fleece. I stretched it to make it round like this. All you have to do is stretch it and it'll round itself out. Lay it over this edge that we've sewn and just make a lip all the way around. And that's gonna create this lip right here. So I'll show you what that looks like after. Okay, I've got my mouth glued on. Ignore the inside of the mouth, we're not talking about that, it's fine, just so now we're gonna move on to the side of the puppet. Also ignore that. That did not glue right, my glue gun's broken. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. And I wanted to make a tutorial on how I make this little penguin that poops an egg. So if y'all are interested in that, let me know. You should have 2 little mitten arms. You're just gonna turn these inside out. Perfect. And then this little arm here, make sure it's facing in the direction that an arm would face. But just hot glue on one side, hot glue on the other side with your broken glue gun. And put your arm on, fold this over, and just press it together. Ow. And don't burn yourself either. Very exciting. Just fold the glottis under your little mitt on the inside and then sew around here. Call this the glottis because that's what it is.